Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name's Matt, and we're back with another Borderlands 3 discussion video, and today's topic is going to be about Lilith and whether or not she's going to be the villain in the next game. So to start this video off, I want to first point out that we'll be looking into certain events of the series regarding Lilith. We'll also be discussing certain events, and we're going to speculate for and against her becoming a villain in Borderlands 3, as well as showing off some footage that is important to the discussion of this video. So the first point that I want to discuss is about the Vault Hunters themselves, and I think it's a good place to start just to kind of lay the foundation for the discussion. Many people that play Borderlands see the Vault Hunters as the good guys, and Jack and Hyperion as the bad guys, except the Vault Hunters aren't heroes. They're mostly pretty shitty people. If you look at each individual Vault Hunter, some of them are morally better than others, whereas some of them are just actually really terrible people, if you really look at it. Sure, they got together to fight Jack, who is definitely evil, but realistically, the Vault Hunters had a very clear reason to stop Jack, and after all of their efforts, they had a very clear reward for defeating Jack, which was whatever was in the vault. And we now know that that's legendary and rare loot, which Vault Hunters really like. They definitely really like loot. So now if we look at Lilith, she's becoming more and more unstable with her iridium addiction. She's worked with Athena in the past, who helped her out during the General Knox DLC, and Athena was also cooperative with what was asked of her, and Lilith still wanted to execute her. Yeah, Athena and Lilith aren't the best buds in the world, but she was honest and upfront with her, and that should have meant something. So if we look at Athena, in Lilith's eyes, she's part of the crew who worked with Jack. You have Wilhelm, who almost killed the Vault Hunters and destroyed New Haven. Then you have Nisha, who became a corrupt and murderous sheriff on Pandora, and she also killed Brick's dog. And then you had Athena, who just kind of skated under the radar, so to speak. So you have Wilhelm and Nisha, who have been dealt with. So it's not unreasonable for Lilith to finish the job, if you want to think about it that way. Take care of who else kind of was hand in hand with Jack, you know? So let's move back to Lilith and her addiction to iridium. She's becoming more irrational, more short-sighted, impulsive. She's always been impulsive, but even more so now. And then on top of that, you throw in the fact that her powers are reaching stupid new heights, like godlike level heights, like I can phase a city heights. That's pretty powerful. And if you want to have a quick discussion, she's the most powerful Vault Hunter canonically, and there's very, very strong arguments to be made that she's the most powerful gameplay-wise as well. You have Brick, of all people, a literal bandit king who's being more reasonable and rational than Lilith at this point. Check out this footage from the end of the pre-sequel.
That was when I left Handsome Jack's employ.
You regret teaming up with Jack?
Yes.
Now do what you will. Kill her!
What? No!
If it weren't for people like her, our friends might still be alive. Ready?
This ain't us, Lil. This ain't you!
Fire! What the hell?
Now is not the time for bickering, Vault Hunters. War is coming, and you will need all the Vault Hunters you can get.
Yeah, Lilith does apologize to Athena for almost executing her in the Claptastic DLC, and she even goes on to say that she's worried about the next Jack type to come along. I'm having a tough time seeing Lilith be that next Jack type, but it wouldn't be fair to say that it's not possible at all, because she's gone through a lot, she's unstable, and another significant event in her life could throw her off the deep end. So, you know, I want to touch on the quote, "War is coming, and you'll need all the Vault Hunters you can get." So what is this war? Could it be something that Tannis plans on awakening? Could it be another alien race coming to claim Pandora? Perhaps Promethea? This is where the speculation really comes in. So I don't think Lilith will be the villain of Borderlands 3, but what I can see happening is her playing somewhere in the middle ground. She's very unstable with all the iridium that's been pumped through her, the psychological damage of watching Roland die, and they were getting back together. Like, they were definitely bumping uglies and things were going good again. And then she watched him get blown away. No matter how strong you are, that is damaging. Absolutely. And she feels betrayed by Athena. I think her decision to kill Athena was more based off of her looking for a scapegoat for what happened to Jack than really anything else. And if you look at Lilith, she played a large part in what happened when she went to control Core Angel. She basically went in there and wreaked havoc, went there against Roland's wishes, and ended up getting captured and charging the vault key that much faster. She has to feel some blame in the matter, so Athena's the perfect scapegoat. And another thing, Lilith has a lot of mannerisms and actions that are pretty similar to Handsome Jack, like her personality and things like that. You can definitely make some comparisons there. So yeah, I don't think Lilith is going to be the next big baddie of Borderlands 3. I really don't think that's going to happen. So to close out the topic, I personally am of the belief that I think Lilith will become a problematic ally in the next game, similar to how Brick was. You know, he got tossed out of Sanctuary for what he wanted to do, and then eventually Roland reapproaches him and says, look, man, I need your help. Could you come back in? So perhaps that's something that happens with Lilith. Maybe she gets asked to leave. Maybe she goes off doing something for her own good, and eventually whoever's in charge, or whoever has a relationship with her, whether it be the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 that were playable are now taking that approach, or whatever. I think personally there's going to be some story arc involving Lilith and how she's dangerous. Either you have to help her with her addiction, or something's got to happen. I think Lilith is going to be an ally, but she's going to be a troublesome one. And I'll close with this. If Lilith goes off the deep end and she is in fact one of the bad guys, the Vault Hunters are fucked. She is far more powerful than any of them, and this isn't a problem that Brick can just punch and it's dealt with, if you catch my drift. So personally, I'm still of the belief that Tannis has a part to play in this war that's coming, and not necessarily Lilith. So if you guys like this, definitely leave a like. If you guys got something to say, which, you know, these videos are meant for discussion. So if you believe something else, if you believe that Lilith is actually going to be the bad guy, drop a comment. We'll have a discussion and we'll see what we'll come up with. And lastly, if you guys are into Borderlands, consider subscribing. I do a lot of content and I'd be happy to have you. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.